Today in Riyadh, there were numerous explosions, chain usage, whipping action, but no bone saws. My God, maybe the Saudi government is finally becoming vibrant and progressive. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Crown Jewel 2021, the biggest sport whitewashing event of all time, since the last time and until the next time. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. And I do want to address, yes, I did watch this. I have watched every single Saudi event. Why? I want to support the talents I care about. And sure, I fucking hope for change. Also, I just enjoy ripping apart the fact that WWE is getting in bed with one of the most corrupt governments in recent memory. I mean, seriously, just fucking read up about it. I'm certainly not saying the government here is fucking perfect. By God, we certainly got a lot of fucking issues here. But holy fucking shit, they're getting paid stupid money to bring a whole bunch of talents over there. I'm sure a few of them agree with their vibrant, progressive ways. But yeah, there was some good stuff on this show. In fact, I'm honestly shocked by how much good in-ring action there was. But it doesn't negate the fact that this was basically a sports whitewashing event. But they're vibrant, they're progressive, they're westernizing, as long as you're a straight male. So anyway, Kayla Rosenberg and Matt Camp were in the studio, which is probably smart. It probably wasn't a good idea to bring too many people like Rosenberg over there. If you know, you know. So they don't really care for them over there. At least the government doesn't. I want to say also that I hope the citizens had a lot of fun. They did bring a lot of crowd energy. This was one of the most energetic crowds that has been at a wrestling event pretty much since they've gotten crowds back. And it was nice to hear that. And they were clearly up for some of it. Now, were they up for everything? No, because there were some people I don't think they knew or cared about. We get recaps of the matches, and then Kevin Kirkpatrick, as I keep calling him, not Sheamus, interviews Heyman and says, did you go over the contract with Brock? And Heyman says that he will walk in with the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, and he will walk out with the Universal Champion, but did not mention Roman Reigns. Nice little tease there. And then I can't hear anything over Corey's suit. Seriously, that thing was so fucking goddamn loud. I'm amazed that it didn't just send every camel and every animal in Saudi Arabia into a goddamn frenzy, wanting to bash their heads into a goddamn wall because of Corey's fucking suit. Or maybe that was just Michael Cole's extremely bad commentary. So, Usos versus the Hurty Dirty Business, a.k.a. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric, who are back to being the Hurt Business. And might as well have not reformed, given what happened later in the night. I will also say that this show featured one of my favorite matches of the year, shockingly, and also one of my least favorite matches of the year. And if you can't guess which one I did and didn't like, well, you don't know me very well. I want to know your favorite matches, though. Did you guys watch this? Did you not? The match was fine. Hurt Business were clearly the de facto heels. There was move spamming, Super Saudi Kick Party, and a splash for 3. There you go. That's a way to be vibrant and progressive. Hopefully, Jimmy Uso didn't, go all DUI crazy going over there, because you really don't want to commit crimes over in that country, even if you're a citizen, but especially if you're not. Because if you're any kind of journalist, Bonesaw is ready. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. And I don't care if I offend anybody. So, vibrant, progressive opening package with pyro and Bonesaws flying all over the place. Okay, I'll stop that one day. No, I'm really not. I'm really not going to stop that. Really not going to fucking stop that. But a lot of pyro. This was a fuck ton of pyro. A metric fuck ton of pyro. On top of a metric fuck ton of pyro. Humans had to be together with a whole bunch more pyro. So, and again, Corey's suit, too goddamn loud. We get recaps of Rollins and Edge. And, you'd think the Saudi government would be very familiar and happy to see Hell in a Cell. Though they probably want to see women there for just protesting the fact that they want basic women's rights. Or gay people. Or really anybody, again, that isn't a straight male. And they also know about burning it down, just as the people of Yemen and any enemy country of Saudi Arabia. Because how dare they want to live and just be people that want to, raise their families and everything and have basic, human necessities. God, fucking damn it. Vince McMahon, I'm not surprised Vince McMahon would get in bed with a government like this. We all saw the people that he donated to, and Vince McMahon will rot in hell one day for all the bad shit he did. First of all, I resent your tone. Smack. It's what somebody should have given him. So, that being said, long entrances and pyro. If you watch this on delay, you could seriously skip. You could probably cut like an hour out of the show by just cutting the entrances. Because sometimes the entrances are awesome, and I get it. They're trying to make this like their WrestleMania, but it's fucking ridiculous. Edge versus Rollins. Hell in a Cell-like structure match. It's not a box-like structure. It's not as good as that. But how was this match? I will say as far as weapons-filled matches go, and as far as how I've been kind of on some of this feud, this is about as good as you're going to get. And considering the, overly scripted promos they've been doing, they really did bring it. And My one complaint, this is gonna get me hate, I know it is, and this is nothing against the referee. Jessica Carr, I believe is her name. She is very good, and she was good in NXT. I'm happy to see her gain a chance to be a referee here. That's cool. I would have not put her in the Hell in a Cell match for this reason. You don't really show it as being that dangerous. One, it's dangerous on the eyes because of the goddamn red cell-like structure that they have, but also Edge and Rollins are in a blood feud. Switch it around, have Jessica do some other matches, and maybe have her a referee. I don't know. It just, that didn't work for me. It didn't take me out of the match, but it's the first thing I noticed, and I go, okay, how dangerous is this cell-like structure? That being said, she is a good referee. So Edge just ramrod himself into the cell. Man, you get in trouble for ramrodding yourself among another man in Saudi Arabia. And then at one point, the chair leg thing, the rod, Edge's thick rod that he likes to put in people's mouths and everything, and Beth's thinking, the fuck? You're supposed to be doing that to me, Edge? Because she calls him Edge and not Adam, his real name. But man, she is his safe haven, if you'll see what I did there. Ow, my eye, I'm not supposed to get chair leg in it. And Edge just gets it right in the eye, and whenever you get it right in the eye, whether you're in a vibrant, progressive country or in the comfort of your own home, you may have difficulty getting around. Trust me, I know what it's like to get it in the eye from somebody, and it hurts. It hurts like a goddamn bitch. Always delete your search history also. Moving hastily on from that, Rollins was a clear heel. We get the concerto! Boom! And he got it right in the eye. Yes to the tables. Yes, they're doing all the table stuff. Close your eye and reach out. You can't see out of your one eye. Michael Cole, everybody. Michael Cole, who is really bad at commentary. Then Rollins crashes through the table because he's jumping on the ropes. He's like, I'm going to do something. And then, ow, oh, I hurled myself stupidly through the table. Good tactic there. And then, Edge basically comes back. He does an edge-o-matic on the goddamn steps and then hits an elbow with the chair on him. Onto the steps, onto Rollins. It would have been stupid if he would just, pulled a McFoley and done, the elbow drop like Foley used to do onto the job guys onto the concrete, but just not had the job guy there because that just seems smart. And then we get a buckle bomb. We get a spear for two. A ladder comes into play, and then Rollins targets the neck. The previously injured neck, oh no! Can Edge come back? Yes, he obviously can. Sunset flip through the table. A toolbox. And man, Rollins got a chain out. It looks like we're going to get some chain wrestling. Chain of fools that think that this isn't a sport whitewashing event. So, we get super chain kick party. Man, remember when the super kick used to finish a match? So, we get a low chair blow. Ah, burn it down! He got right in. It's a good thing he didn't do that to Becky because the Vision would have gotten it right in her V. Moving hastily on from all this gross stuff that I'm saying, we get a chain crossface or whatever, and then we get a wrench thrown into the plans, and then we get a stomp on the chair by Edge for 3. There we go. Not the first time a Canadian has used a crossface to win a brutal match. You can't ask anybody that was involved in that one-sided triple threat match in June of 2007, because the Benoit household, you can't get answers out of them unless you get a Ouija board. Wah, wakeboard. Nailed it. So yeah, Edge wins. And we move on to Manstar. Because I'm just picturing him coming out like wearing some kind of animal's head or something, taking on Mustafa Ali. The crowd, of course, popped for Manstar. And was it fine? Sure. It was fine. They put in the work. It was a big deal. Mustafa Ali donating his earnings to, charity and wanting to do some good with this. That's good. And people are like, well, these towns could say no. They could say no. And you know what? Vince McMahon would probably just find other people there. He'd find other towns with blackjack and hookers and bring them over there. So maybe you might not want to bring the hookers over there, considering how they view women. More on that in a little bit. And they did put in the work. The camera work was asked. Kevin Dunn should have been left behind to be chewed apart by something. Whatever cannibalistic creatures are there that aren't in the Saudi government should be allowed to chew on Kevin Dunn until he basically is done. You know why? Not only because that's his last name, but because Kevin Dunn is a piece of goddamn shit. Maybe they could do the same thing they did to Jamal Khashoggi. Because Kevin Dunn deserves it, but Khashoggi didn't. So anyway, so neckbreaker over the top, 1, 2, 3, and Manstar gets the victory. Ali Pearl Harbor jobs him. Then suddenly a guy named Tariq something or other, I didn't catch the name. He was a guy that apparently illegally, or, knocked out his opponent in a karate tournament, karate, at what the fuck was it? Was it the Olympics? It was the Olympics. Somebody sent me the link, and I watched it. I don't really remember, but this guy got a big pop, and he knocks out Ali. Okay. I mean, it's a big deal for them. I don't give a shit. The guy looked determined. I don't know what the fuck he had the bandage over his eye for. maybe, I don't know. Maybe a camel attacked him. Okay, moving hastily on from these slightly insensitive things. Titus and Natty are there with 4 more women. 4 more women. 4 more women. To talk about, beating breast cancer. And great that these women beat breast cancer. In all seriousness. Cancer's a goddamn bitch. Doesn't matter what form. And great that these women beat it. Though it's for Susan G. scamming. And then they were stoned in the town square for staring at Titus in any shape, form, or fashion. Because you can't stare at another guy that isn't your husband, apparently. Maybe that's the old way, the new way. I don't give a shit. I'm going to continue to take shots at people that want to live in the goddamn old way. But good on these women, and Susan G. Scamming can kick fucking rocks. Styles and Omos versus RK Bro Raw Tag Title match. Styles is over. Riddle showed up on a camel, displaying the rare male camel toe, which I have seen. Don't ask how I've seen it. Always delete your search history, though. Do you think Riddle had any idea where he was? Do you think he thought he was riding a dog? I guarantee you he doesn't know what a camel is, and I guarantee you he can't even spell it. Then the crowd was up for everybody, pretty much. Cole was mentioning the people that Randy Orton would have to beat to become an all-time, Wayne as champion, and mentioned Ric Flair. Burn the heretic! They're going to bring Ric Flair back soon, aren't they? They're going to bring him back soon. Just to fuck with everything. And we get an RKO and the floating bro, the bro float, if you will. 1, 2, 3. And then Becky was talking to not Sheamus and say, we're from the old country. Aye! Sorry to everybody in Ireland. Sorry to everybody in Ireland. All 2 of you that happen to be watching this. In all seriousness, good on Becky. And she's sinking her teeth into this heel persona as much as she can. So, Zelina Vega taking on Piper Niven. The Yas Queen Crown Finals. I feel ashamed saying that, but I had to. So, no reaction for Piper. None. None. I didn't care about this match. It was, if you actually did the right math, there are a couple matches. There are actually about 3 matches you could have combined that ran for less time than this match in the entire Queen's Crown tournament. In fact, I think the whole running time, match time, was under 20 minutes. They never need to do another Queen's Crown tournament again. Not that the idea wasn't there, and not that you shouldn't be featuring the women, but if you're going to just basically flatten them, just napalm this fucking idea, and just destroy any credibility that these women could have provided, even Carmella should have been a bit of a longer match than that. The fact that they barely gave him any goddamn time is fucking ridiculous. And Zelina, great. Maybe she can get airlifted onto the goddamn thing or whatever, or maybe she can get a booster seat, or she can be helped up there, because I can't imagine that at her height she could get up on the throne without help. So yeah, she's the queen. Cool. All right, she was crowning in Saudi Arabia. Stone the heretic. So, the entrances for Goldberg and Lashley took about 14 years, and that was just Goldberg trying to, walk down the long hallway and remember where the fuck the door was. He gets there. Big pop for Goldberg. Boost for Lashley. I'm going to say right now, this is one of the most embarrassing matches I've seen in a while. Goldberg is washed. It's a no-holds-barred, falls count anywhere match. Look, I understand if this was Goldberg, maybe even from 10 years ago, I would have understood. Maybe from 15 years ago. Lashley is still incredible. Lashley had a great run as WWE champion, and this feud was ass. It has done nothing for Bobby Lashley, and guess what? I don't want it. I fucking hate it. Goddamn hate it. Goldberg was washed, couldn't carry any of this. Lashley was doing everything he could. He hurled himself stupidly at the table to give Goldberg an opening. Jackhammer, no cover. He takes off his gloves, beats the shit out of Lashley. Hurt Business shows up. They get laid out. Even having kendo sticks. Great job reforming the Hurt Business there. And then Spear through 2 tables, or off the stage through 2 tables. Cover 1, 2, 3. That did absolutely nothing for Lashley. So all I'm going to say is just send Lashley home until the Rumble. Send him home until the Rumble. Have him come back and have him be in there for 30 minutes and have him just destroy people. This, I don't use the word buried very often, but that kind of buried Lashley. I don't think he's going to be fine for a bit after this. Yes, he's still a tremendous athlete, but what good did it do to lose to a 55, 56-year-old guy that named his son Gage, so he's already at a disadvantage because he's fucking stupid. Anybody that has any kind of name that resembles Gage has an issue, if you know what I mean. So, okay. Whew. By the way, at one point they featured jets that were flying overhead or whatever, and likely going to bomb Yemen. Because the Saudi government is full of dicks like that. Bonesaw is ready. Maybe they fired Bonesaws. Maybe it's like Mega Man when he got the Metal Blade attack. So anyway, Balor took on Xavier in the King of the Ring finals. Big fight feel. Balor was a de facto heel. They're feeling each other out. They would get in trouble for doing that in Saudi Arabia. Big superplex for 2. And even though Balor kept trying to come back, big elbow drop 1, 2, 3. Xavier Woods, King of the Woods. King, big, meaty Wood. Wait a minute. He won. That's the whole point. Xavier Woods won the King of the Ring. It meant a lot to him. Good. Good stuff. So then we get Drew. His entrance with Pyro. Big E gets a pop. Drew versus Big E WWE Championship match. It was good. I don't know if it was great, but it was about as good as you would expect. And they gave each other a lot. The guys did some good, meaty near falls. And we get a stretch muffer on Drew. I think that's what the name's called. Big ending for 2. Diving Bulldog. And that was off the top. That was some pretty good stuff. We had a Claymore for 2, and then eventually a big ending for 3. Not a complaint about this match at all. Drew did not, looked effective. Big E just got the better of him. He keeps the WWE Championship on Raw, and now they can have Drew eventually go. Maybe they have him, in a triple threat at the Rumble or whatever to face off against Roman Reigns and Brock, because they ain't done with Roman and Brock yet. But be a star in Saudi. One, I want to say right now, there are good people in Saudi Arabia. There are good people all over. There are definitely some shit people in this country. My point is I hope that these kids can get out of the old ways, can do some stuff and everything, and if they, can prevent massive bullying from happening. Bullying, unfortunately, is always going to happen because people are kind of dicks like that. But the fact they're doing Be a Star in Saudi Arabia, when WWE is known for a whole lot of bullying, and they excuse it still, in Saudi Arabia, vibrant, progressive stuff, as long as you are, a straight male again. So, we get to Becky versus Sasha versus Bianca for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I have one thing to say about this match. What a fucking deal this was. What a fucking match it was. What a fucking tremendous effort by all 3 of these women. One of my favorite matches of the year. I sure as fuck wish that it took place in something other than a vibrant, progressive country. But if this can inspire women in Saudi Arabia to bring about change and do some good stuff, great. Still sports whitewashing, still a whole bunch of other bullshit, but these women went out and tore it up. They did some great goddamn shit. Sasha's a dark horse. I wonder why Corey would say that. Gee, Corey, just say you don't like people like Sasha. Just fucking say it. Or maybe he was referencing the Katy Perry song. So, the crowd was up for Becky, and Bianca's lifting Sasha, and just does a one-arm one. Just does it at one point, takes one arm away, and just says, hi, just does that. I know that Sasha don't weigh all that much, but still, that's holding another human being up with one arm. That's impressive shit. And they did a lot of really good triple moves. Everybody got a chance to shine. Everybody did their stuff. We got some other really good double team stuff. At one point, they caught Becky, and it was Sasha and Bianca, and Becky was a cream filling inside this Oreo. What do you call a blonde between 2 black? And you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to say that, but you guys know if you know. And double cover, Becky just gets her shots in. She's also shouting a lot like, I want to win the champion, or keep my championship. Bianca just being... she's really feeling it. And also Sasha was doing some Three Amigos, doing some good stuff here. Bianca made it look easy. Near falls aplenty. And even though there was a KOD, Sasha pulls Bianca out. And then Sasha gets rolled up. And Becky holds ropes. 1, 2, 3. And Becky retains. She's going to Raw with the SmackDown Women's Championship. So that means they're going to have her and Charlotte do what the Street Profits and the New Day did when they trade the belts. Why? Why the fuck not? That being said, tremendous fucking match. Really, really good shit. I was very impressed. High work rate. Great shit. Really, really great shit. Again, just a shame that they couldn't be out there and, they had to be out there like all covered up and everything because, they respect women over there. Yeah, respect women. Yeah. Not that there aren't a lot of problems there, but that government respecting women, fucking laughable. So, that being said, great shit. Brock and Bork and Roman get a whole bunch of pyro and long entrances. It took about 15 years. And Bork and Roman have a match where Heyman, whose side is Heyman on? Universal Championship match. Dueling chants, a dive by Roman at one point, because Roman's like, well, shit, I gotta do something. Whee! And he hits a spear for 2, and a Superman punch times 2. Brock does a leapfrog, does not tear his quad like Goldberg, or, when Nash leapfrogged over Goldberg in 1999, Spring Stampede, I believe. And series of Germans, F5 for 2, guillotine, but he hits a spine buster, Brock does. Then F5 into the ref, poor Charles Robinson. It's not like that elbow drop that he took from Randy Savage, but then he gets tossed out at one point because Brock's like, hey, and then he throws him away. And there's a spear, no ref. Heyman tosses the belt in and says, okay, you guys know what to do. You know what to do with it. Who was he talking to? Was he talking to Bork? Was he talking to Roman from the planet Roman? We won't know. The Usos hit a super kick after Brock gets the belt. Towel to the head. Second ref. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it ended kind of flat. It ended, I guess, kind of the way it should, because they're going to continue this damn thing and Roman will do anything he can. But I can't imagine they're going to run this back before the Rumble. Brock will probably face off against other people and will have to earn his way back, even though he is Bork Laser and he can just not play by anybody's rules. But it was what it was. Of course, sports whitewashing and all the stuff and everything and the vibrant progressive country thing being bullshit. There was good in-ring action on this show. You can't excuse the setting. You can't excuse the fact that they're in bed with a terrible government and all the other shit. I just hope the talents get back safely. And I hope all the journalists have their limbs intact after covering this show. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.